credible evidence?
This was asked before. It was based on intelligence information that led to the conclusion of this administration, previous administration, and many on the Hill, that Saddam Hussein did indeed have weapons of mass destruction, of course.
Enough specific, credible information of the existence of weapons, not any inference, but of the actual existence of weapons. There was enough of that to lead us to go to war.
Sure, let me give you an example.
Can you answer that question before you?
It was the threat of Saddam having weapons of mass destruction, Saddam Hussein's militaristic history in which he had used weapons of mass destruction against others.
I'm specifically not asking about history. I'm asking about what we saw on the ground just before the war. Did we know that those weapons were there?
You cannot separate the two. You cannot separate history.
We did not have enough of that.
I'm saying it's a combination. That the decision to go to war was based on the knowledge that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction, and that Saddam Hussein had a history of using weapons of mass destruction, that he had a militaristic history, and that we successfully carried out a war and did so in a way that Saddam Hussein was not able to use his weapons of mass destruction, that he may have had some of it destroyed, that he has had it hidden as part of a whole apparatus of concealment that he mastered over the years that he dealt with the United Nations inspectors. The policy is regime change, and that remains the American position. Clearly, in the event that there is any type of military operation, command and control would, of course, be issues that would come up.
Is there hope, though, that he ends up dead in all of this?
Regime change is the policy in whatever form it takes. There is no love lost between the Iraqi people and the Iranian people. The Iraqi Shiite community is a very capable community, a very large community, and a very diverse community. And I think that any efforts of anybody outside of Iraq to try to create an outsider's version of what should take place for the Iraqi people by the Iraqi people will not have much chance of success. Let me make 2 points. One, Saddam Hussein has led Iraq to many mistakes in the past, principally by developing weapons of mass destruction. Saddam Hussein, if he doesn't leave the country, will make his final mistake. Yes. The president continues to hope he will. On the question of timing, anything involving timing, I will refer to the Pentagon as a matter of White House procedure, as you're very familiar with. I've explained this to many people individually. I've said it collectively in the off-the-camera session this morning.